good folks. Okay, we are in Southport. The wind's blowing. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Hi, welcome good folks. I hope this day finds you well. This video is about the movie locations of Safe Haven. Recently, my friend and I were happy to be able to attend a tour that was in Southport, North Carolina, and it was commemorating the 10th anniversary of the movie Safe Haven. It was hosted by a gentleman from the town of Southport, was one of the tour guides, plus Brooke Barnhill, who was the location manager for the movie, and Mimi Kirkland, who was the young girl, who played the young girl in the movie. If you're not familiar with the movie Safe Haven, it's based on a Nicholas Sparks book. And as you know, Nicholas Sparks wrote The Notebook and is a very famous author. He sets a lot of his books in North Carolina. Safe Haven was pretty much predominantly filmed on location, and it was done mostly in this area of Southport. There was a couple of things that were filmed outside of Southport, like where Katie's cottage is, which was actually built and then torn down, and where the scene is that they're in the boat on the swampy water kind of scene, that was on a private property as well, so you're not really able to visit that. But Safe Haven was filmed in 2012 and released in 2013, so this is the 10-year anniversary. And Southport is very proud of their movie, and they really go all out, and they have rightly so. It really shows the beauty of the area. And this is a video of us entering Southport. It's a very quaint town. Its originally name was Smithville, and it's got a lot of so much history, a lot of history. And you'll notice some of the street names are very unique. They were named, the commissioners named them when they first set up the streets, and they were really named after people who were influential in the area. There's Lord, How, Dry, I Am. So a lot of people find a lot of humor in that, but those are actually names of people who helped set up Southport, and they were really important to the town. And there's a couple of photos of the streets right there. Lord was William Lord, and General Howe. Dry was another guy who helped start Brunswick Town, I believe. He was a commissioner of the port. And then I Am is an alleyway, basically. It's just a small alley street in Southport. Now, Southport goes up to the Cape Fear River, which is a major river in North Carolina. And you take a left here, and it takes you down through, and you can see all the little businesses that are remaining. And there's a lot of things to see in Southport and things to do. They really keep their history alive. It's a nice place to live and nice place to visit, which would make an ideal reason why they chose Southport as the location for their movie. So we ended up going to what's known as Fort Johnson. It's right on the water, and it was and it's built by the British back in 1748, so it has a long history as well. And inside the Fort Johnson Museum is the visitor center, and there is a Safe Haven kept archives where they this right here, ports of call it real quick. This was this is on Howe Street, and it's where I think a restaurant scene was filmed, and you can go in there and have a meal and everything. It's open for business. But anyway, getting back to Fort Johnson, they have inside the museum, they have articles and memorabilia that they've saved that you can view and see. And then a lot of the things for this tour, they took out from their vault, their safe, and put them on display and let people pick them up. You could pick them up, anyone that wanted to, and take a picture with them. And that was really nice of them, because a lot of those things are not, they keep a lot out, but a lot of it is not on display all the time. So they took it out for this, which was very nice. And this banner was privately owned, I believe, and they put it out front so everyone could see that. It's a very nice movie poster banner. And these are some clothing. There's articles of clothing, tons of pictures. You could take a picture with things. That's a knife. And there was the bracelets. Oh, and when you first walk in, this young lady here, this is Mimi Kirkland. She played the young girl. I didn't realize at first who she was. She was signing autographs for people because, I mean, she's obviously changed her look since being the little girl in the movie. And she has done really well. She was nominated for the Young Artist Award in the category Best Supporting Young Actress in a Feature Film for Safe Haven. She's participated in a lot of things and been part of a lot of different movies and television things. The most recent was Walking Dead, which I'm a huge Walking Dead fan. Now this right here, this is some displays that they have on the wall of all kinds of movies and features that were filmed in the area. You'll recognize I Know What You Did Last Summer, Dawson's Creek, Crimes of the Heart, all of those. And there was several that I don't remember. They were before my time, I guess. But very, very well known. And like I said, Nicholas Sparks does enjoy filming in our area for good reason. And the connection that I have to the movie was they did the parade scene on Main Street. My friend and I took our kids and we wanted to be extras, and they needed a lot of people to stand on the streets to pretend to be in the parade. So we went and we participated, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. They did not film it on 4th of July. Southport is the host of North Carolina's 4th of July festival, but they did not film it on the 4th of July. I want to say they filmed it in August. But we stood now. In a minute, I'll show you where I point out where we were, and there are a lot of people, a lot of crowd, and it was a lot of fun. It really was. Yep, right there. Can't you see me? I'll sign autographs later. But when you don't know, I've never done that before. I've never been in movies, and you get a really good idea of how they do it. They would start filming. Some people would walk ahead of the crowd. They would tell you what to do. They would say, okay, cheer, cheer, yay, everybody clap, and get the crowd kind of hyped up, and everybody would be cheering. And then they would stop filming. Everything would die down, and they would back up. They would go back up the street, like on the picture, it'd be to the left. They'd go back up the street, and then they'd start all over again. And then everybody would have to start cheering and stuff again. It was very interesting that day, and it was a long day. It really was a long day. But they did several different takes over and over again. But it was a good memory. I can see why people really get hooked into playing extras in movies. So when we came back out from this, we decided there was people forming a line to get their photo or get an autograph from Mimi. So we got in line too. So we did that. And she was so sweet and so nice. She's 18 now, and she goes to high school. She lives up near Raleigh, and she's got a good head on her shoulders, you can tell. Her mom was there at the tour, and she said her boyfriend, I think that was her mom that was there. She was very nice. And then we came back out, and we all gathered on the lawn. This was also where in the movie, they set up the market, the 4th of July market for the movie. And they still do these markets. I think Southport hosts them on, I want to say on Wednesdays. You can go out there and they have a marketplace, which is very nice. Southport's a very active town. They do a lot of events, such as this one. And it's very community and history. They love their history. And it's a very active place. Now in this, the lady standing beside Mimi, that is Brooke Barnhill. She was the location manager, and she's the one that had so much of the background knowledge of why they chose the places and what happened to the sets and how they created them and things like that, which was nice. She told us that one of the locations they had in mind for filming for this movie, if they couldn't do Southport, because they had to get a lot of permissions from the town to do certain things, that they were thinking about a small community near us called Varnumtown, which I found incredibly interesting. Varnumtown is a nice community, but it's definitely not Southport. So I think they chose wise. I'm glad they were able to film it in Southport. This is the yacht basin. This is where a lot of the ships and boats and things and sailing things are, and the shrimp boats. And they walked us down here and they showed us where the general store had been. And they had to build the general store. And they built the store. She said it was 1,500 square feet. And it was 2-story. And they actually burned it down too, because that was part of the movie, and to protect some of these oaks, because there was a lot of, community and townspeople really worried about their old oaks, that they put up a wall of rain or water to wet the trees and ensure that they would be okay. And they put everything. Now, across the road is Alex's house, and that was Josh Duhamel's character. That's where he lived. And in the scene, there was a swing that would hang. It was hanging down from the tree, and that's where Katie's character was on the swing. And that's also where Josh walks over and hands her that letter that says "to her," and it was written from his wife that had passed away, and it was intended. This is Ivan's Fish Shack, and this was where Katie worked. It's actually the American Fish Company. It's a private bar, but it's easy to join. It's $1 that membership, and you can join and go in. And this was the view of the Cape Fear River from Ivan's. So that was our tour. I did get an autograph photo from Miss Mimi Kirkland, which was very nice of her to do, and we really enjoyed our time. So thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Am I supposed to get over?
Hey Kim, where are we going?
Well, we're driving very slowly. This is a funeral. That's what this is.
Pull over. We're
am.
good Southerners.
That's
I don't
right.
want to lose my Southern tag. That's why those cops were back there.
Okay. Do I need to wait for